Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Poland Daily History. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee, and today we are here at the Łazienki Royal Park, a special place in the center of Warsaw, the heart of the city. It has many historical events that transpire throughout Polish history, a lot of historical buildings and wonderful places to behold. Thankfully, the place survived the war and was able to provide a place for generations to admire. Together with our guest, we will see all these beautiful places such as the Royal Theater, the palace on top of the water, and even more. Join us in Poland Daily History, and we will take you on an adventure. I've been staring at it for a very long time, and I still have trouble figuring out either whether or not it's a carving sculpture or is it just a painting. It's like very, I wouldn't say confusing, but very interesting to me.
This is a painting.
It is a painting?
This is a painting.
Not a sculpture, yes. Because it looks really dimensional.
Yes, it's illuminate painting. What is interesting, the royal painter, he was educating in Austria, in Vienna, and he learned there how to paint the paintings with the illusion, like the 3 dimensions.
Oh!
And he could here use his talent for the cartouche of the king, for the coat of arms of the king. And we have more symbolic here on the coat of arms. Above the coat of arms, we have the closed crown. It's symbolizing the independence of the state and the status of the king. And above it, there is a face. There is an interpretation that it can be the Chronos, the god of time, which is looking at the audience. And at the end, we can see the opening shell. Yes, this is the symbol of Venice, because we are in the royal residence, but also the Łazienki were surrounded from all sides by the water. And one of the symbols of the Venus is the water.
It's water, yeah.
So we can say that we are in the residence not only of the king, but also in the residence of the goddess Venus. What is also interesting, the theater can accommodate circa about 200 spectacles.
Sure.
Yeah. Officially, king probably was sitting here. I've seen the designs of this original designs of this interior, and here had placed 3 armchairs. But also, king had the box over here. It was the royal box designed only for him. What is interesting, originally there wasn't a door. It was a blind box, and there was a wall for the king's safety. So king was entering here from the side boxes. You can see the small side doors.
The side doors.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, what is interesting that even these benches, I mean the frames of these benches are original. They are a little bit. They've been made a little bit later, but they are from the time of Alexander II, the Russian Tsar. So they are from the second half of 19th century. Another part of the theater, which is interesting, that we have here between the audience and the stage, we have the orchestra pit. As you can see, it's still using by the musicians. And at the end, the stage. The stage has this same size like the audience.
Sure.
What is interesting that we cannot see it from the sides are enters to the dressing rooms. And I think what is also very rare, very unique, that some parts of the original 18th century machinery survived. 2 wooden pipes survived. The first one was using to make the noise of thunder.
Sure.
The stones were thrown in, and during the falling, they were making the sound.
The crackling sound.
Cracking, yeah, exactly. And the second one was used to make the sound of of the rain. In that way, they've been putting in the sand. So during the falling, it was very common to the sound of
recreation of like a raining,
of the falling drops of the rain. Exactly.
18th century, 19th century special effects.
Exactly. Another interesting fact about the theater. Theater had two openings. One not official for the king and for his closest courtiers.
Sure.
It was in the 6th of September, 1788, because it was the anniversary of the king's election. And like I said, it was only for the small group of the king and the closest courtiers. But the official opening was the 14th of September, because it was 105th anniversary of the Battle of Vienna, when we have stopped the Ottoman Turkish Empire in Austria. King decided to found the sculpture of John III, and also he allowed to create the chivalric tournament. And here at the end was the ballet and the very ceremonial cantata, which was a tribute to the King John III. Another interesting fact that probably in 1791, when Polish National Theatre was in reconstruction, probably here King allowed to giving public performances here in his private theater. And he made something more. The spectacles took place 2 times during the week, and King was paying for the all tickets, so everyone could came here.
It seems to be a reoccurring theme that the king is really benevolent to his people, in a sense that having all this wonderful stuff, he didn't just hoard it by himself. Like I see that in the palace or in this theater, he is known to open up the structures and open up the establishment for even the people to come and enjoy. That's something really admirable.
He wanted to left something after him. And he said he wanted to make the possibility of development for the Polish society, according to especially art and the knowledge.
Right.
What is interesting, that King, after his death, he wanted to open here in the Łazienki, in the royal baths, the first public Polish museum for everyone. So this is why he was collecting, for example, in the past on the old gallery of the pictures.
Right.